Hello, my name is Maria. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me today on your mat for this grounding quick flow. So we're going to be doing a little bit of breathing before we get started and move into some gentle movements, and this practice is designed to help ease anxiety, calm the mind, and just bring in some calmer energy into the body. So let's begin in a seat at the center of our mat. You can come onto your knees, or you can come to a cross-legged seat. Begin to relax your face, drop your shoulders, and place your hands on your belly. Inhale through your nose, and as you do this, feel your belly expand into your hands. And as you exhale, feel your belly contract. Continue to keep your eyes closed and take 2 more full and slow breaths, just like this. We're going to take it nice and slow today, so there's absolutely no rush. After your last exhale, begin to move to your hands and knees. So bring your wrist right underneath your shoulders and stack your knees underneath your hips. Flat back, hug the lower belly in. And begin to move through some cat and cows. So as you inhale, arch your back, send your chest up. And exhale, curl the spine, chin to chest. And continue to move through a few cat and cows on your own, syncing your breath to your movement here. And feel free to find some small organic movement that might feel good here. You could move your hips from side to side. You can roll your neck out a little bit. Come back to center. Come onto your knees. Bring your hands to your hips and extend your right leg out to the side. Ground through the outer edge of your right foot. Bring your left hand to the mat and reach up and over with your right arm. So creating a long line all the way from our fingertips to the outer edge of your right foot. Continue to breathe here. Release your right hand back down to your hip. Come back up with your torso. Glide your right fingertips down your right leg, and this time reach up with your left arm. Reaching the fingertips up high, gazing up at the sky if that feels okay. Release both hands back down, hands to hips, and begin to move back into our tabletop pose. Flat back, long neck. Reach your right leg back and cross your right foot over your left, pressing into the toes. And look over your left shoulder and back at that right foot if you can. Really press the mat away from you. Come back to center and release your leg. Right knee comes forward in between your fingertips here. Ensure that Your ankle is stacked right under the knee. Go ahead and lift your torso up and come into a low lunge. Ensure your spine is long line from the base of your spine to the crown of your head. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, bend your elbows, cactus pose. So very gently pushing the chest forward and squeezing our shoulder blades together. Pause and find your breath here. We will not be here long. Release your hands. Bring them down to frame your right foot. Bring your right leg back to meet your left. And let's move into child's pose. Widen your knees, bring your big toes to touch. Release your forehead to the mat. And reach your fingertips towards the top of your mat. Find a few breaths here. Just checking in. Notice if you have forgotten your deep breaths throughout your practice. If so, go ahead and come back. Slowly draw your forehead up. Walk your hands back. And come to lift yourself up onto your knees as we prepare for gate pose on the other side. Bring your hands to your hip to begin. Extend your left leg, ground down through your foot. And this time, ground your right hand onto the mat and reach up and over with your left. Imagine you're pressing your back up against the wall. This can help prevent rounding and really help with opening through the front body. Pause and breathe. After your last exhale, come back up to center and glide your left fingertips down your left leg and reach up and over with your right arm. Just finding opening through the right side of the body. I invite you to close your eyes if you'd like. Exhale, release your arm. Bring both knees together. And let's find our way into tabletop pose from here. Extend your left leg back, cross it over your right, and this time look over your right shoulder and back at your foot. Release this stretch and bring your left leg all the way through in between your hands, setting up for low lunge on this side. Option to keep back toes curled or your foot flat. And as you inhale, reach up, find your low lunge. Hug your lower belly in, curl your tailbone under and down. Inhale and exhale, cactus elbows. Send the chest forward for the small back bend. It can be a little bit more challenging than it appears, so be very gentle. On your next exhale, release your hands down to frame your foot. And step your left leg back. Let's go ahead and find child's pose. This time, keep your knees together and bring your hands down by your sides. Release your forehead to the mat. Enjoy some stillness here. Begin to lift your forehead off of the mat and find your way into tabletop pose. We're just going to transition through this. Widen your fingertips, curl your toes under, inhale, lift your hips up, and exhale, find your way into downward facing dog. I invite you to keep your knees quite bent here. Send your gaze back in between your feet, and you can widen your feet hip distance apart. Bend one knee at a time. It's okay if your heels don't touch the mat. And after a couple of rounds, find some stillness. Inhale through your nose. This time, exhale, open your mouth and sigh it out. Lower your knees and come to sit on your knees with your feet behind you. Rest your hands on the top of your thighs. Sit up nice and tall, finding length through your spine. And close your eyes here. Allow your breath to come back to its natural rhythm, finding a moment of stillness. If your eyes were closed, go ahead and open them and move into a seated position as you extend your left leg out and hug your right knee in. Let's cross our right foot over the left leg, ground down through your foot, and inhale, reach your arms up to find length. And as you exhale, twist to the right. Bring your right fingertips behind you and bring your left elbow to your knee, or you can simply wrap your left arm around your left knee. Send your gaze back. If you'd like a deeper stretch, you can always bend your left knee as well. Just find what feels good here. Release this twist. Come back to center. This time, extend your right leg out, hug your left knee in, cross your left foot over your right thigh. Inhale, reach up to find length. Exhale, twist to the left. Option to stay here, or if you'd like to do the variation where you bend your bottom knee, in this case your right knee, go ahead and do so now. On your last exhale, release this twist. And from here, move onto your back. When you get there, hug your knees into your chest, wrap your arms around your knees, and begin to rock from side to side. Massaging your back. Starting to cool down a little bit. Come back to center. Extend your right leg straight up and Move into some circles with your ankle here, going one direction. You might hear some cracks or some pops. And go the other direction as well. And from here, release your left foot down, moving into half happy baby. So bending your right knee, grabbing a hold of the foot. If it feels okay, you can let your left knee drop over to the left a little bit. Release the stretch and hug both knees into the chest. Let's find the stretch on the other side, beginning by extending your left leg up and drawing some circles with your toes and finding what feels good. Each foot might feel a little bit different as well. From here, move into half happy baby, grabbing a hold of the outer edge of your left foot, getting a nice and deep stretch in the hip. This is quite an intense stretch, so it's okay if your knee doesn't come down very low. Just listen to what your body is saying. And go ahead and release. Bring both feet to the mat and allow your knees to hug in towards each other. Bring one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. From here, allow your breath to come back to its natural pace. You can stay here, or if you'd like, you can move into Shavasana. Extend your legs long. Release your arms down by your sides, palms facing up. Allowing your entire body to feel heavy, fully supported by your mat. Relaxing all of the muscles in your body. Noticing if there's any more tension that you can release here. And letting everything that you just did on your mat soak in. No need to force your breath. And just let it be natural. And as you feel ready, begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And roll over onto your favorite side as you transition into a seated position on your mat. And from here, bring your hands to your heart. And really thank yourself for showing up onto your mat today and doing something for your well-being and for your mental health. I'm so grateful that you decided to practice with me today, and I can't wait to see you at the next practice. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste. If you enjoyed today's class, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. That way the channel can grow and you're able to stay updated on all of the upcoming classes.